Hi guys, in this video we review the top 5 weather radios and we discuss all the key features and what things to consider before you pick the best one for you. Price information and all radios mentioned in the video are available in the description. You can also find more detailed analysis and reviews of the 7 best weather radios on our website, holyoutdoor.com. Before we dive in, make sure to subscribe and hit the bell icon so you never miss a video from us. So let's get started. Number 5. Frost Power Original. This compact portable emergency weather radio is simply designed using analog functionality and manual switches to move between modes, improving power usage compared to LCD display counterparts. The Frost Power Original picks up NOAA AM and FM radio stations but won't receive weather updates unless the radio is turned on and you're into a weather station. Sound quality is reasonable and reception can be improved by extending the small telescoping antenna tucked neatly into the body of the radio. Frost Power Original's greatest feature is its multiple power options, as it comes with a 2000 mAh battery which can be recharged via a micro USB port from the mains, from a hand crank, and via an inbuilt solar panel on the top. In addition, it has a separate battery compartment which takes 3 AA batteries which can be turned on by switching the battery mode over. Main power charging is the most effective way of keeping this radio fully charged, however. A steady hand crank over 4 hours can also fully charge the battery if you have the time, patience, and endurance. The solar panels are not recommended for charging the device as it's very slow. It's best used with elongated battery use on sunny days. A small light near the tuner panel glows red when the radio is recharging and will turn green when the battery is fully recharged. This radio can act as a cell phone charger, though of course it'll drain the batteries to do so. However, especially with the crank handle option, you can get enough power into a mobile device to make calls. Don't expect for it to charge your phone fast or fully though. Underneath the radio is a toggle switch between SOS alarm, off, and cell phone charger modes, which people seem to forget about. Switching this toggle to SOS activates an incredibly loud siren and turns on a flashing red beacon, though the radio doesn't emit an SOS radio signal. A reading light's tucked under the solar panels, which you tilt up to access, and a small telescoping antenna is tucked into the body of the radio well out of the way. The flashlight beam focus is adjustable by twisting the case on the front. On the downside, it does have to be on if you want to receive alerts, and it has no headphone jack for private listening. Overall, it's a great weather radio for outdoor use, as its fairly durable hard plastic casing is water resistant and it comes with a lanyard and a carabiner, making it easy to carry around. Note that this model was upgraded in 2020 and you can now get versions with a 4000 mAh battery and or digital LCD screen. Number 4. Iron Snow Solar Emergency NOAA Weather Radio Upgraded. The Iron Snow Solar Emergency NOAA radio is a surprisingly nifty little emergency radio, good for stashing with your gear or carrying in a pocket while camping. It's simply constructed, making use of manual and analog technology. It has soft casing around the port and flashlight, and it comes with a convenient lanyard. This upgraded version has its rechargeable battery size increased substantially to 2000 mAh, which gives it far more battery duration, as well as better capacity to charge mobile devices in emergency situations compared to the older version. The other key upgrade design modification was to change the connectors over to the standard USB. It receives AM, FM, and NOAA weather bands, using a slide switch to change settings between them and rotating dials to tune the radio and turn the volume up and off. It comes with a simple battery indicator, counting down in 25% increments. This amazingly affordable radio can recharge its 2000 mAh battery with a USB charger and a nicely resistant, easy-to-use hand crank as well as a built-in solar panel. It comes with a telescoping antenna on the top to assist with reception, but depending on your location, feedback about reception is mixed from non-existent to no issues at all, so be aware of this and test it out before stashing it in your emergency kit if you plan to use it for NOAA weather reports during adverse weather conditions. It has an LED light with flashing mode for drawing attention and can, in this upgraded version, become a cell phone charger and other mobile devices for a short period of time. Overall, a relatively sturdy emergency radio. Given its compact size and plentiful functionality, it's a great budget weather radio. Number 3. The Midland ER310. The Midland ER310, like other portable emergency weather radios, doesn't receive SAME alert notifications, but does scan the 7 NOAA weather channels and receives weather alerts. A small red light to the left and above the operating buttons comes on for an hour after a weather notification comes in to prompt you to check the NOAA weather channels for the latest update. You have the option to set the radio to scan by channel or frequency. It comes with both day-to-day and emergency features, and it has an AM, FM, and NOAA weather radio stations, but while you can switch between the 3, you can't preset the stations, so you'll return to the last one you were on in each mode. Compared to the older model Midland ER310, this radio is slightly bigger, but sturdier, has an easier hand crank, longer battery duration, and additional battery capacity by containing an additional battery space for 6 AA batteries, in case you need an alternative to the proprietary Midland battery. The lithium-ion battery is fully rechargeable via a USB cable from the mains over about 6 hours. The battery can also be recharged using the solar panel, also taking up to 6 hours, though some reports suggest it'll do so faster than that, while others suggest it'll never get a full charge on the solar panel. Once charged, the battery should last 32 hours compared to 25 hours for the ER310 model. Hand cranks are useful for emergencies, and while sturdier than the ER310, this one is still somewhat loose and flimsy. You can get a few minutes of charge from it after a decent burst of cranking, so save your arms, and the hard crank by using the solar panel and mains to recharge whenever possible. In addition to instructions, USB cables, in the battery, the set comes with an emergency kit checklist. Thoughtful extra. Seriously though, you might make sure you test and maintain the emergency radio if it is part of your camping and survival kits. Don't leave it plugged in all the time, but do set yourself a reminder to check, test, and recharge the battery every 1 to 3 months. The 2600 mAh batteries are proprietary to Midland, so replacing them is not always straightforward. Make sure you also have fresh AA's in your kit. The radio has a flashlight with high, low, and strobe settings. The low setting will prolong the battery, and the strobe is bright enough to attract attention, along with the silent for people dog whistle for rescuers if required. The LCD display will show a dog icon flashing if the dog whistle is on, so use this to double check you're not freaking out the neighborhood dogs. The display screen shows the time, which it alternates with the radio station playing. It has a battery life indicator and can be backlit. The LED display stays on and will drain the batteries over time unless you take them out. In addition, you cannot disable the weekly alert test on this emergency radio unless the batteries are flat or removed. The speaker volume has 12 settings and can reach around 87 decibels. Again, good for attracting attention when using the siren. Sound quality isn't great, but is adequate to hear messages. It has a nifty little tuck-away slot for the antenna, but it can be quite hard to pull it back out and push back in. The connector ports are under a rubber seal for earphone jack, battery, and USB charger, and the radio can charge your mobile device if required. The black and red plastic casing isn't waterproof or particularly sturdy, so you'll need to take care of it in adverse weather and not throw it around too much on camping expeditions. Overall, it's a pleasantly compact, portable emergency weather radio with a comfortable grab handle and plenty of useful functions for day-to-day outdoors and in emergencies. Number 2. Midland WR120B WR120 Easy. The Midland WR120B, also called the Midland WR120 Easy, is an updated version of the Midland WR120 and the WR100 models, with the modifications designed to make it easier to use and program, and it certainly is simple to operate. This desktop radio takes 3 AA batteries, which you can keep installed as a backup in case the power goes out. They seem to last around a week and will kick into use when unplugged from the mains or during power outages. Like its more feature-rich counterparts, this public alert certified weather radio receives NOAA weather alerts, and you can set it to receive from the strongest weather station in your area, though it will scan for others in the background. The Midland WR120 has SAME localized programming with the ability to store up to 25 same locations. In addition, you can set the radio to receive one same alert, multiple, or all, or even none if you forget to turn the alert switch hidden on the side on. You can turn some notifications off, but not all. Those that can't be disabled won't show up on the Edit Alerts menu when programming. So don't worry, this way you won't be mad if you can't find some of them while you're scrolling through and setting it up. 3 LED colors indicate warning, watch, or advisory alerts. If the weather alert radio doesn't receive an alert for 10 days, it will activate a test alert itself. However, most areas will have some kind of weekly test, as long as it doesn't jeopardize genuine emergency situations. When weather alerts come through, you can turn them off by hitting the biggest button on the top, which also doubles as your snooze button if you're using it as an alarm clock. Unlike some other weather radios, this radio can detect the end of message, after which the radio goes back into standby mode, which preserves the battery when not using mains power. You can choose tone or voice alerts as well as visual LED flash and lights. It also comes with an external alert port, which enables you to connect external alert mechanisms like strobes or vibrating pillow mechanism, which is especially useful if you're visually or hearing impaired. The alert sound is loud, up to 90 decibels, though the sound is adjustable. The speaker and reception aren't as good as some radios, but the WR110 does come with an RCA antenna jack, meaning you can attach an old-style antenna to massively improve reception. The radio doesn't normally receive AM and FM bands, but does have an alarm clock which wakes up to your choice of buzzer or weather reports. Most of the buttons for operation are on the top of the radio, so there's less scrambling around at the side to try and find switches. Do make sure that the alert button on the side is set to on if you want to use it for weather alerts. The white casing has hinged feet and it can be wall-mounted. The device faces up rather than at an angle, so it may not be visible across the room on a desk. Overall, it's a decent budget pick as a basic desktop weather alert radio and clock. Number 1. Midland WR400. This high-quality desktop weather radio is designed to run off the mains and is capable of running off 4 AA batteries for a month in monitoring mode, so ideal in the event of prolonged power outages. This public alert certified wall-mounted device comes with a wide range of features, foremost of which is detecting and alerting you to emergency situations. It scans the 7 weather channels for NOAA weather updates and locks onto the strongest channel, and also receives same alerts for your area with minimal programming. You can select up to 25 alerts yourself, so you only receive what's relevant and important to you. You can program the weather radio to exclude alerts you don't want to hear, especially as the alert siren is loud at around 85 decibels, about the same as a lawnmower or a leaf blower. And unlike previous models, it's not adjustable. The warning system is customizable, and you have the choice of siren, voice, or visual LED flasher. You can choose English, Spanish, or French for the voice alerts. The display screen is large and bright, with 10 settings that some say don't go low enough, especially if you decide to use this as a clock radio in your bedroom. However, combined with the loud siren, the bright screen makes it suitable if your household has visually or hearing impaired individuals. The screen displays time, remaining battery, and current alerts. The WR400 is an updated version of the WR300 and has a brighter, more visible display. It's easier to reprogram and configure, and the speaker offers better sound quality too. The alert on-off button on the older WR300 model used to be on the side, but it's now much easier to use as a large press button on the face of the device. Overall, it's got a sleek feel to it, coming in an inoffensive dark gray, and is proven to be reliable, if not a little loud. As a weather alert radio, it'll certainly do the job, and it's proven many times to be more reliable than a cell phone alert, and is easy to use even if you're not confident around tech. Clearly, the best desktop radio that we've reviewed. So what do you think? Which of these 5 is the best weather radio for you? Or do you think another weather radio is better? Tell us in the comments below, and don't forget to like and subscribe. Have an awesome day.